Hey guys, welcome back to 1776 or Bust. So it's been a little while, I gotta say. I haven't done a video in quite a while. Been a little busy, obviously. You guys know who are following this channel forever. I'm always busy with my kids and family, plus work. It just doesn't seem to be working out in regards to trying to find some time to free up in my schedule to be able to do some videos. However, that's gonna change a little bit now, so I'm gonna start doing some more videos, hopefully, and be a little more consistent. So for those of you who've stuck around with the channel, I appreciate it. For those of you who have kind of said, what the hell's going on? I'm still here, just got to get some time to actually do something. But today we're going to talk about the SDS imports. It's actually a Tisas PX9 Gen 3. This gun right here is actually a very solid built gun. I actually did I guess you could say, an unboxing, kind of a preview of this firearm not too long ago. And I did shoot it. I actually shot it quite a bit ago and took it out again just to kind of get a fresh assessment on it. And I have to say, about 400 plus rounds through this gun is really spot on. I know there's a lot of competition out there to see who is the best budget-friendly firearm out there. Honestly, I think you'd be hard-pressed if you didn't look at one of these guns. This gun functionally works extremely well. In all aspects, it pretty much is a Springfield XD clone. So the build quality is very good. The barrel seems very good. Even after 400 rounds, there's not a lot of markings inside here. There's no wear and tear. The trigger is, in my opinion, one of the best out-of-the-box triggers. And that's pretty easy to say because when you look at this trigger going up like that, there's your take up right there, and it's a very smooth break. The reset is a little bit questionable. There's not a hard reset or a hard wall on the reset. However, it just is basically right at its original position, and the trigger pull is fairly smooth. As a matter of fact, I've got my trusty gauge right next to me, so I'm going to kind of just get a trigger pull after shooting a couple of hundred rounds through this thing, or several hundred rounds through it, and see where it's pulling right now. So right now it's 4 pounds, 13.8 ounces, and I will double check that a second time. And now it's pulling at 4 pounds, 2.9 ounces for an average of 4 pounds, 8.4 ounces. So under 5 pounds for a trigger that barely has any work to it in regards to just the round count. So it is pretty good. Sight picture is very good. You have the green fiber optic up the front. You also have your blacked out rear in the back. You also have the ability to attach some form of an optic to this gun. Now you'll notice there is no plate there, and that is because this particular model is only going to be able to be used with some form of hollow sun or RMR footprint. In regards to that, you do not need a plate, so it sits very low to the slide, which gives you automatic co-witnessing once you buy this firearm. So again, out of the box, it's actually fairly well stocked in regards to some of its features that it has. It's got a great trigger, good ergonomics. It's got replaceable panels on the side and the rear grip. It is optic capable. The sights are okay. I did notice that on the front sight, it does seem that it's actually pushed off to the right a little bit. So I can easily adjust that. These are Glock sights. So that's kind of interesting. I haven't replaced them or anything, but I did notice that the front optic is a little bit cockeyed to the right. I mean, overall, if you're looking for a budget gun, there's a lot of options out there. I know there's a ton of videos out there with people touting the greatness of Taurus. Me personally, I'm not necessarily a fan of Taurus, and that's just a personal thing. If you guys like it, great, keep at it if that's what you choose. But I'm always looking for alternatives where you have a budget-friendly handgun with the ability to use it and to carry it and to shoot it at the range. Now, one question I received in the original video is that it seems like a good gun, but their question would always be, what happens if it breaks? You know, do you have to send it overseas? Those types of things. And those are good questions to ask, which I do not have the answers to. I can tell you in the past, I have had some mechanics that have had to go back, and that in itself was not a very good experience, which is why I've kind of shied away from mechanic. However, I'm not sure what the outcome would be if I had to do it with this particular firearm, because I'm not really sure what the aftermarket, or I should say the repair market would be for this type of firearm. Aftermarket seems to be okay. You've got the Glock sights. You have the hollow sun or RMR footprint. You also have basically P226 magazines that this can be used with. So again, you guys can see the quality of the magazine is actually very good. It is straight from Metgar. So I mean, a lot of the things that are available for this firearm are very well used parts of other firearms. Holster wise, these will fit in XD holsters. And again, there's plenty of those around. So there is some pros and cons to this firearm. The pros being the fact that it is affordable. It does come feature rich. The cons are going to be if something happens to the gun, is there going to be some serviceable company that will take charge of the gun? That I don't know. And unfortunately, I wish I could tell you, but I just can't. I'm not sure if there's interchangeability with XD parts. Overall, do I think it's maybe a good investment for a first gun? I think it could be because, again, you have usable features on this gun with a lot of reciprocity with other types of firearms. I think you always have to have that in the back of your head that if something does happen to this gun, what's going to be the long-term prognosis of the firearm? I mean, overall, firing this gun was excellent. I had no issues with it. It ate everything up, 115 and up. I used plus P ammo, you name it. And it was just a really good shooting experience. Very accurate, although I was shooting a little bit low to the left. I would say this is a very accurate handgun, much more accurate than I am. What a surprise. But again, if you are looking for that budget firearm, here's just another option. I mean, it is definitely another option that you could be looking at. What do I like to see in the future? Maybe a little bit better texturing on it. The texturing is a little bit light. However, it isn't necessarily horrible. It's just not the best. Also in the future, what I'd like to see is maybe a compact version of this. You know, we're starting to see more and more companies come out with a full range of firearms that are on the more affordable side. A lot of them obviously are made overseas, but at the same time, to me, that's a good, important part of the entire business. You know, the idea that you're having other companies create good quality firearms at a fraction of the cost of other manufacturers. You know, honestly, if I was putting this up against a gun that's maybe slightly more expensive, I would say it's pretty close to an IWI Masada. Maybe doesn't have the track record of IWI, but honestly, I actually like this gun a little bit better than the Masada. It just feels a little bit better in my hand, a little bit more of a full feeling. The ability that you have to switch out the side straps or the side panels and then the back strap, I think are a big plus for this particular firearm. Other than that, I am very impressed. It is a good, solid firearm, something I'm going to keep. I'm not going to get rid of it because I'm not going to make my money back off of it anyway, but I don't really want to because I did enjoy shooting the firearm and I do like the way this gun operates. So leave the comments down below. Would you take a chance on a potentially sub $400 handgun that comes extremely rich with features at a fraction of the cost of its competitors? So again, leave those comments down below. If you like the video, please share and subscribe. Give us a thumbs up. We could always use that. And I guess, guys, as always, have a great night, stay safe, and freedom is never free.